Now, we've seen several ad men make feature films, but this time round, a serious filmmaker is making a film on advertising. Inkar, directed by Sudhir Mishra, which is all set to hit the silver screen on the 18th of Jan, is a story about sexual relationships, sexual tension, sexual harassment in an advertising agency. I caught up with Sudhir Mishra and the leading star cast, Arjun Rampal and Chittarangada Singh. Chittarangada plays a national creative director and had a free-flowing conversation on today's liberated workplace, women making it on top and its complexities, content today and its portrayal of women and everything in between. Take it away. Thank you so much for joining us on Brand Equity today. Truly a pleasure to have all three of you on the show.
Thank you.
I'd like to start with you, Sudhir, on how you thought of, creating a film that is actually in an advertising agency. I mean, is it because that you started your career in an advertising agency itself?
Well, because I started my career in advertising, I kind of was familiar. So when the writer, guy who came with the original idea to me, he sort of told me the idea, and I was comfortable with the idea setting it in an advertising agency because I know how it works.
Sure.
But it's not a film that's specific, and I'm not saying that the subject of sexual harassment is particular to an advertising agency.
Sure.
It could happen anywhere. In advertising, it's just that, people meet a lot more. A lot more things can be discussed.
Right.
Advertising is, a lot of uses sex to sell a lot of things, or so they say.
Absolutely.
Right. There's a lot of conversations about sex, so a lot of areas of situations of misunderstanding may occur.
Right.
They spend long hours together.
Right.
Right. And a girl and a boy could join an advertising agency together, and the girl could jump 5 steps. Suddenly, there could be, that kind of, suddenly you see your colleague as a boss, right? That kind of thing could happen. So it's just that, it seemed that the kind of film that we wanted to make, it was, we could explore it a lot more if we set it in an advertising agency.
Right. What, in your opinion, is the experience of a woman in an advertising agency or any other corporate house who's actually also chasing power like a man is, and has to fight, of course, several more subtle battles as opposed to a man?
The fact that how she slowly starts to realize that when you are in a powerful position, when a woman is in a powerful position, and she is taking certain calls, and she's trying to be the alpha woman, to counter the alpha man, so to speak, and because that is required of her, because she is in a position where she has to make calls now, take calls, rather. So when she starts to do that, and she uses that power or her influence, then she is looked at very differently than when a man does. When a man does the same thing, he's somebody who's very authoritative, who's very confident. Whereas when
I disagree with that. I think like a woman should be a woman in a workplace.
No, but I think...
You know what I mean?
When
a woman is a woman. Why does she said a very nice thing the other day. Why does a woman have to go into a workplace and become a man?
But she still has to do the job.
Why can't a man just accept a woman for how the woman is? Okay.
So that's a very good point, and that would be ideal. But you see, Arjun, if you look at very successful women CEOs, for instance, Indira Nooyi, and you see the way they dress, slowly and steadily, I think they share a lot of their femininity.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's conscious or subconscious. But I'd love to hear your point of view.
A woman is a person who multitasks very easily.
Sure.
When they come into an environment, like a work environment, where they are talented and they deserve to reach in a position, okay, and they reach it and they start going towards it really fast, somewhere down the line, I think they're very emotionally sensitive. They can very easily overreact to situations, and become like that. And I think what's happened where a woman starts shedding that is when she actually stops multitasking and starts becoming more and more focused, and it can happen, it can happen. A woman can also step on a man's toes without realizing that a man is also getting hurt. But a man doesn't emotionally really show that if he's getting hurt or not.
You're talking about in a corporate environment or in life?
In any environment. A woman is so highly sensitive that sometimes you say something, she might react by crying. Sure. A man will not do that.
Do you think that is possibly the reason, and let me stick to advertising, but this can be actually extrapolated to any profession, any vertical, is that's why we don't have so many leading women at the top? Because of possibly this facet that he's just talked about, because they're so emotional that they can't contain themselves. In advertising, we've questioned, it's supposedly a much more liberal profession, much more accepting of women, yet the percentage of women who make it to the top
national creative directors
are few and far between.
Yeah, it's often said that women are emotional, that they go overboard. a lot of men say that it's very difficult working for the woman boss. You know, she takes it further than it should go. You know, something, you know, but I think you should be accepting of that, of women, right? I mean, I think, you know, so what? I mean, I think the main thing should be, are they good enough
To do the job.
to do the job?
Yeah.
Right? And if they are, and if they have a slightly different method or slightly different reactions, I mean, I don't think there is this gender thing. There's a lot of men who are a little emotional, right? So what's the problem?
Finally, a man can't take it at a workplace that a woman is on top, that she's his boss. It is a difficult kind of reporting structure for a man to accept that he is reporting to a skirt. For the longest time, you know, ICICI Bank was largely women-focused in terms of women on the top. And it used to be called, you know, that the bank is run by petticoats. Those were the jokes that were being cracked.
The petticoat government. I mean, that's
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, yeah. So wouldn't that be a problem?
Most men say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most men say that it's more difficult working for a woman boss, and they find it difficult to work under, metaphorically, women.
Yeah.
Let's say, yeah. I mean, personally, no.
What is their argument?
Whether she gets that they take it further, like if they reprimand or if they chastise, they take it a little further than men would. That it would end with a man at this point, but a woman would take it further.
Also, I mean, sometimes maybe a man finds it difficult to have a woman boss because
He will look at her sexually.
no, it's not about her sexually. It's not about anything
That
to do.
might happen as well.
That
Exactly.
could also happen, but that's not wrong. I mean, if your boss is single and you're single, and if you guys can hit it off, why can't you not have
it
a
all
scene?
within the
You know
work.
what I mean? If a woman boss, okay, sleeps with somebody who's under her, okay, what would you call that? What would you call that relation? I'm asking you as a woman. What would you call that relation?
I don't know what I would term it as, but it would popularly be known as possibly a cradle snatcher.
Really? So a cradle snatcher.
Toy boy.
Okay? Or the toy boy or whatever.
toy boy, yeah.
Okay. But if a woman sleeps with her boss, how do you call that? What do you call that?
So she would be accused of actually manipulating her way up if she
Right.
sleeps with her boss.
In both my questions to you, not once did you say love.
No, I am only voicing popular perception.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying
It
not
could be,
once.
that's right. Not
it
once
could
do
be
you say
love.
love. Absolutely.
Let's hear the woman out.
I really think men have a bias even in their perceptions of how a woman is, you know, reacting. Like he said that, you know, men think that they go a little further and they take it, you know, even if they're getting upset, they probably push it a bit much. I think it's just their perception, and there's a bias in that perception to, you know, the way they look at a woman's reaction. I think so, really.
I think a woman can
And
also very
because,
easily overreact. She can.
Exactly. Now, what is the definition of overreaction? Is what I want to understand.
Times does
I
a
don't
woman
agree with that.
overreact compared
No.
to a man?
No, I don't.
to a
I don't agree
situation?
with you.
Plenty
I don't
of
agree
times.
with you. No.
Of course, I
I'm just
think a
saying there are
woman
men who
always tends to create more drama. There's more drama in a woman's life than a man's life.
It's thanks to the man that she has all the drama, believe me.
No, well, she makes it up in her head.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
I don't
true.
think so. See,
You know,
that's the bias I'm talking about in the perception.
There have been a lot of, you know, people who've been voicing their angst towards ads that might be sexual in nature, in the given the recent environment. Do you think people are, you know, overreacting because then you're taking away from the creativity of an ad or a movie or an item number, or do you actually think that you know, we actually need to do a relook on how we make our content?
How can you say that? Isn't that just making a silly excuse? Everything that you sell, everything that you do, everything that why you exist, you're a product of sex. And now suddenly, sex has become like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
I think I have a problem with all ads which sell pipe dreams. I don't have a problem with sex. I mean, sexual content, if it is
No, because-
good, well
because they say-
integrated,
because-
sense of humor, something, a mango thing, you know, juicy, slurpy, great.
When you are advertising and when you are selling something, what you're doing is you're trying to attract somebody. And if that is attracting somebody, it's attention, okay? It doesn't mean that guy is getting perverse in his mind. Those people, don't you think, should be slapped for saying that? Aren't they trying to protect and put a blanket over a rapist and saying, I make an excuse for him. That guy is a sick mind. You know, it's got nothing to do with what's going on TV or anything. Or if he's an adult enough, if you're feeling those kind of feelings within you, please flip the channel. There are many more you can see.
You know, there are a lot of countries where you wouldn't have a, you know, item number coming in, or, you know, people dressing up or ads like this. There are a lot of countries like that, but they have a very high percentage of rapes and cases of, you know, sexual, you know, criminal, whatever acts. So I don't think it's so much that, and I don't think we can probably provoke them to a point of becoming rapists. I don't understand that.
That was a really, really lovely and invigorating conversation. I wish all three of you all the very best for Inkar.
Thank you.
And hopefully it will educate a large part of this country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.